You know, with the anniversary coming around, we know that we have rewinds coming, either one or two. It is now confirmed that there are two rewinds, so you can rewind your characters, get your abilimons back, get your XP back, get everything that you put into them back, so you can put it into another character, or just put it into the same character and hope your abilimon roll into a better ability. Now, personally, Li Ling is going straight into there. I'm so sorry, buddy. You listen. He's helped me so much in the early game. He helped me so much when I started my account. But God, is he useless now? For me personally, if he's useful for you, keep him. For me, he's out of here, baby. And you know who else is out of here? Fucking Donar. Listen, Donar is not bad in any sense of the way. He's not bad at all. But he's fallen out of the meta. There's nowhere to use him. Where am I going to use him? He can't solo Kronos anymore. There's a lot of things that he can't do anymore because this game has evolved so much that it's just out of his range, out of his defensive position, because he's such a defensive unit. Like Ophelia can nuke him. There, he can't do anything. He's not defensive enough to take an Ophelia hit, an Ophelia ult. So I'm not going to use him, right? I had the same question for you guys. I was curious because I had my two set people that I was gonna do, and I wanted to see what you guys think. So this is where we get to the next part of this video. Wait, I should pull this up for you guys. My bad. Hey, listen, look, we have the rewind event coming. Li Ling will have no idea what hit him. That's what I put, because he will not have an idea what hit him. I swear to God, the minute this is up, I'll put it in there. But listen, it got 25k views, 99% of it's insane. It's insane how much this went up in the Dislyte Reddit, right? But I wanted to see people's reactions, and it's looking like everybody's focusing on the same people I'm focusing on. Donar, Li Ling, all that stuff. My Donar, who's been maxed out since September, is starting to sweat, says your average weirdo. Same, my solo miss my solo Donar Kronos runs. Listen, back in the day, he used to be able to solo Kronos by himself with a couple of Staramon on his team. That 3-star Staramon or 4-star Staramon that would be on his team, he would be the only one doing damage. It was kind of crazy until they buffed Kronos, and now he can't do it anymore. And it's understandable because Kronos is hitting for like 40k, right? It's actually insane. He can't keep up with Kronos 16 right now. Yeah, exactly. This guy right here, the freest spirit, said to add to what others said. Before Kronos got reworked, Donar could effectively do Kronos 10 max level at the time solo, right? So yeah, back in the day when Kronos was level 10 was the max, he could do that by himself and it was completely fine. Let's see, R6 Donar is insane. Don't let anyone fool you. That is true. R6 Donar, you'd have to R6 him for him to be pretty good in this meta. And that's a problem, right? I mean, power creep is certainly a thing in this game, and it's going to be. Look at Yuhime, she's fucking crazy, right? Donar hasn't been, or Gaius hasn't been power creeped yet because he was the power creep. He is the power. So, once we get Espers that surpass Donar, we're gonna start seeing some major power creep. Or I keep saying Donar, man. Gaius. So, some Espers that keep surpassing Gaius, we're gonna see some major power creep. Also, I just disappeared. Anyway, let's see. Friendly reminder that you can also use this to rewind any Esper you've maxed out only for fusion. This guy has a great point. So if you go to the fusion tab, and I can actually probably pull this up right now. This, right? If you go to the fusion tab real quick, you go to prep, you go to Esper fusion, there's a couple Espers that you need to fuse, and this would be Alexa in this case. And Alexa, you would fuse her to make, I believe, Lucas. Yeah, So once you get Lucas to R6, you can, because you need to level her up in order to fuse Lucas 7 times, right? You need to level her up max with max ascension, all that stuff, and then fuse her. And you can use this rewind to get all the resources that you put into her back. You can get them all back. If you ever put a Belmont into her, you get them all back with no consequence, and you still have the Lucas. It's not like he's gonna disappear, right? So that could be a good time to grind Lucas as well. Let's keep looking at what people are saying here. Let's see. Well, I mean, it's still resources you get back. This is true. He's really not that great anymore. I basically have him fully built for release. He's talking about Li Ling. Li Ling, if you don't know, he has to be R forward in order to be his previous self with a little less damage. So it's really worth getting him back unless you're a new player. If you're a new player, Li Ling will still help you out a lot. I can tell you that for sure. As I was saying, Li Ling did get nerfed pretty hard, and to be himself, he needs to be R4. And unless you're a new player, he's really not worth it. He's really not worth it. There's a lot of other Espers that can help you out way more than Li Ling can, but as a starter, he's still very good, and I think he's still the best starter 5-star. He can still clear out story mode. He can still do all that stuff. He just doesn't do it as efficiently as other 5-stars. Once you get a good stack of 5-stars, it's really not worth the investment that you put into Li Ling to have him there, right? Unless you're using for extra content, like the club battles or the club bosses, right? Let's see. Haven't made any decision with the Billimon that I regret, so sadly the event is of no use to me right now. And that's good. That's a good thing, right? That's a good thing for anybody who has this problem. If you've made good Billimon decisions and you don't regret any of them, you don't have to do anything with the rewind. The rewind is optional. It's there, but you don't have to use it. It's just an option for people that made bad decisions, and if you made good decisions, I'm proud of you. I'm so proud. Big ups. Big ups, dude. For me, it's TA. She was useful, but in this meta, there's just better stuff around. I agree. TA was really good. She was, in fact, she was a menace. She was a menace at the beginning of this game. Every team that had TA in PvP would go fucking crazy. They would go like tier 14 PvP because just because they had TA on their team with a couple other 5-stars. Like, TA was a very good leader, but now with Yuhime being a global speed lead and being how strong she is, we have Ali as well. There's a lot of options. Parmy as well. Like, there's a lot of options that are just better than her and do more for the teams, even if you have her resonanced. Parmy compared to TA, Parmy R6, who we got free, right? If you did the event, she's just better. I mean, she has 5% less speed in her lead, but she's still better overall. Her kit is just better and does a lot more than TA could ever do, right? 5% is not, like this guy says, for PvP, Ali and Yuhime give a good speed lead that can leave control to another unit, but honestly I prefer Parmy as a lead. 5% is not the biggest deal. Like, I'm going against an Unas that 5% is not helping me either way, right? Yeah, exactly. I mean, more of the bigger and major teams are gonna have Unas, who is the highest speed lead in the game right now. So any 5% or anything like that is going to be very negligible because he's going to be faster than default. It's just how it works. And I think Parmy does have a better kit than TA, and this guy can testify because he has TAR2, right? And he still can't use her, and that's okay. That's okay. If you find any Esper, even if you have guys and you're like, man, this guy's shit, which he's not, but if you're like, man, this guy's shit, I don't want him, then rewind him. Rewind him. You don't like him? Rewind him. Use all those again, all that XP, everything that you use it on somebody that you like. Use it on somebody that you want to try out, right? We're getting a new Esper. Everybody's getting a 5-star from the Flaming Echo. Out of 6 people in the pool, you can use that XP to level up that 5-star that you get. And that's what I'm personally. Because if I get Geb, you know damn well I'm getting him. Fafnir's a fucker. When my Narmer is just waiting to get reset. I actually don't remember. Dislyte? I'm fucking blanking right now. Oh, okay. Yeah. I have him R2, I think. Yeah, I never really tried him, but he did look like just a pure damage Esper. He didn't look like he did much for the team, as in inflicting debuffs or buffing. Right? I think he buffed himself. I think he was very selfish. I think he's a selfish Esper. And then there's a bunch of people that are saying they're going to do it with Li Ling too. Yeah, rest in peace Li Ling, rest easy Li Ling. Elliot and Ophelia. Ophelia is a big L to reset. Ophelia's fucking crazy. But I think this guy's gonna level up Ophelia again, and she's not gonna put the ability, which makes sense. It's fine. For me, it's Hyde. That's pretty questionable. I mean, Hyde is still pretty useful. You could still use him for a lot of things like APEP. You could use him for a lot of PvP comps. You could use him very well in the club battles, the club PvP. I don't know. It's a decision, and it's a decision he's allowed to make. So I'm not gonna make fun of him. I'm not gonna say anything. As long as he gets his Abilamon bag, that's all good. And we're gonna go. Oh yeah, this guy made a mistake. I chose Sienna and Tricky the last time we got rewinds, and the last time we got rewinds was when the Resonance Tree didn't exist. The Resonance Tree did exist, it was just in a different form, and it wasn't like giving extra abilities to Espers at all. It was just giving extra stats to Espers. And now that change went through, Sienna and Tricky are very good resonance wise. So this guy made a mistake. Praying they don't make the TA and Li Ling relevant again after I reset them. Yeah, so this guy's going for TA and Li Ling. A lot of people are going for Tang Xuan as well. Tang Xuan I think is still pretty solid for PvP. I don't know about PvE. I played him in PvE on my test account. He's doing pretty good, but I haven't hit Purgatory, so I can't tell you. I haven't hit Hell Mode, so I can't tell you if he's gonna get you through that. But I think for the beginning of the game, he's a great early game Esper. I think late game, he's a good PvP Esper. I don't think he's the best, but I think he can make him work, especially with the lifesteal and the buffs that he gives himself. I think they're good. I mean, I think Tang Xuan is solid, but it is respectable to rewind him as well. My Elliot's crying. A lot of people are saying Elliot. I also have Elliot. I have Elliot R1. I gave him level 60, but I never gave him a Abilamon, so I don't think it's worth rewinding him. But he's pretty underwhelming. I mean, he's very niche, and he's more of like a hide counter than anything. But apart from that, it doesn't really do much, and that's the problem with him. I think he can be used in niche teams. He's just not the greatest. And people, I guess, invested a lot in Elliot, so they're gonna rewind him, and that's fine. Poseidon was very tricky to use, and Poseidon was hard, man. Poseidon was hard to make work, and that's just the truth. And it's okay to rewind her. It's okay to regret leveling her up, because I regretted it. I rewinded her as when we got rewinds, because she was just so underwhelming, and that's okay. I mean, not really, but it's okay to notice that and be like, ah, fuck that, right? That's fine. Zora was good. I don't know why the fuck they ruined that. Get Borgzoa. Everything you do, guys, can do better. I'm sure there's another DPS I can rewind to. I think Zora can still be used in like boss fights. Her diseased debuff does give it a lot. She does a lot of follow-up attacks. She could probably pair well with Yuhime too, because she buffs follow-up attacks by 5%. There's a lot of things that she can do. But again, if Zora's not useful for them, and they have a Gaius, and that Gaius is nuking the whole field. Like, she doesn't need Zora, right? Or they don't need Zora. So, respectable, right? This is just to give you an idea. I mean, my Liling Lewis is a big L. Lewis is a big L. Lewis is pretty fucking crazy. Still. unless our 6 Lewis will be gonna be pretty hard. I think Lewis could still one-shot people. Lewis could still hit hard, but I understand because I rewinded my Lewis. I felt like he was a little underwhelming when I first rewinded him. I don't know if I think the same thing now. I mean, I have him R2, and he's missing in my box at R2. But I think he can still nuke some people, so I think he's still pretty useful. Just not to this person. That's okay. The overall consensus seems to be TA, Lele, Donar, and Tank Shuan. And then we have a couple picks like Zora, right? But that seems to be the big 4. And maybe a little niche pick like Ellie, right? Those are the big 4 plus the little niche pick, which is 5, that I've been seeing a lot throughout this post. And this post has gotten a lot of attention from the Dislyte community. Good night, thanks, Juan. There's a lot of funny things here. If you want to check it out, it's on the Reddit. But yeah, I think the community just has noticed that Donar, Li Ling, Tank Shuan, all those 5 stars that they got early are falling off. And that's due to power creep. Power creep is a thing. It's a thing in this game. It has PvP. It's a thing. It's always going to be a thing. You want to feel more powerful. And when you feel more powerful, you spend more money because you want that powerful unit, right? And that's ultimately Lilith's goal. Whether you like it or not, right? Anyway. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you're going to rewind in the comments down below. Make sure to like and subscribe if you like this. And then I'll see you all in the next video.